I saw this yesterday and I wanted to do a real quick video for you. Oh, this is Linda from Let's Talk Prepping. Food shortages are here for I don't know how long. This is from Yahoo Life and it's December 14th, 2021. Public is putting purchasing limits on some items ahead of the holidays due to shortages. And if you read through here, they previously announced some limits around Thanksgiving, with rations placed on cranberry sauce, jarred gravy, cream cheese, bacon, rolled bacon sausage, disposable plates and cutlery, bath tissue, refrigerated snacks like Lunchables, sports drinks, canned cat food, refrigerated pet food. Now, ahead of Christmas Eve, this is dated December 14th, and New Year's, additional items have been added to the list of products. Coconut flakes, dairy whipping cream, half and half creamers, frozen pie shells, frozen hash browns, canola, vegetable, and corn oils. Only 2 of these products can be purchased at this time. Only 2. So now not only are they saying there's a shortage, they're actually putting a limit there. Public is closely monitoring their stock and the issues in the supply chain. And they're trying to do it so every customer gets the food they need. And they can be removed or added as we go along. So get what you need. So this is one great reason to start prepping, because there's going to be more to come. This is the San Diego Consumer Action Network. Never heard of it, but COVID caused food shortages due to broken supply chains. And one of the less advertised uncertainties is food availability. And tempeh, a soy-based meat alternative, is the latest food shortage and price increases. It says here that U.S. food supply chains will be disrupted for a foreseeable future, according to a reputable independent think tank. And the food industry itself has sounded the alarm. The food supply chain is breaking. And go down here just a little bit, and they say the Consumer Price Index rose 6.2% in October from a year ago, and that's probably low. You know how they fix those statistics. It's the highest jump in 30 years. Slightly more than half of Americans say they already have or plan to stockpile food. Well, I'm sure they think if they have 10 cans of food, that's going to be enough. Please start prepping. You really need to get your 3-month supply, a year's supply, and try to build up to 3 years supply. That's what I'm trying to do, build mine up to that year's supply. So why are there shortages some 18 months into the pandemic? And they say a lot of reasons: shipping, distribution, supply shortages, labor unavailability, pent-up customer demand. So these are the anticipated 2021-2022 food shortages. So if you're starting to prep and you use any of these foods, you might want to stock up now. Most, if not all, fresh produce. So then if there's no fresh produce available, maybe you could grow sprouts and grow microgreens, canned tomatoes, canned corn, soups, canned meat, including Spam and hot dogs, rice, sugar due to a drought, wheat products, eggs, peanut butter, dried beans, meats, pork, beef, and chicken, garlic, because most of the crop is grown in China, so grow your own. Garlic's not too hard to grow. Milk, farmers are dumping because they can't ship it. And that's the terrible part of all this. There might be a supply of the food, but because they can't get cans, they can't market it. Beer, because of the cans. mason jars and lids, although I've seen a lot of these when I've been shopping, and coffee. Coffee, lots of shortages on coffee now, and the price is supposed to really go up. So these are the projected ones for 2021, 2022. Keep that in mind as you start prepping and keep prepping and get a good supply of food. Because no matter what happens, if you go to the grocery store now and the shelves are full and you say, oh, nothing's going to happen, don't believe it. If they're predicting this, it's going to be worse than this. So here's another one. This is from mash.com. Not sure what that is. Food shortages we could see in 2022. And this was updated November 17th, 2021. And as you go through here, milk and dairy. Bloomberg found was a shortage of milk going to public schools. Prices were going to be on the rise. UK farmers were forced to dump tens of thousands of liters of milk. Pork and bacon. The Miami Herald says there's technically isn't a shortage in pork and bacon yet, but all kinds of things causing all kinds of issues. The problems are rising feed prices, means raising pigs is getting more expensive, while consumer demand is rising. Issues getting the supply chain to run smoothly and the product on the shelves. Even worse in the UK. Craft beer shortage. Coca-Cola. Salmon. 40% of the global supply of wild salmon comes from Alaska. However, the stock of wild salmon has plummeted. Coffee again. It says by September, ABC News was reporting that the problem was just getting worse. Severe frost has added to Brazil's problems. Prices continue to go up, but experts say it's going to get to the point where that's not even going to matter. Their coffee just isn't going to be there to sell. It could last at least 3 years. Problem is it's hard to store coffee for any length of time, but go out, get coffee, and try to store it. Anything in aluminum cans, there's going to be a shortage of. Chocolate, one of my favorites. Here it says there's a whole bunch of reasons why chocolate might end up back on the unaffordable and unattainable luxury list of things. And it's scary stuff. The world's biggest chocolate-producing regions are suffering from not just political turmoil, but from disease outbreaks that include Ebola. It says you might want to rethink your reliance on chocolate. Poultry and eggs. So we have a chicken shortages driven by the devastating winter storms and pandemic-related shutdowns. They're telling their end users that they probably should expect shortages to continue into 2022. It'll bring some major egg shortages. And specifically in Massachusetts, that's unusual. It's called the Egg Armageddon, and it has to do with legislation taking effect. Okay, so this I believe is because for Massachusetts and their legislation that they put into effect. Pasta and wheat products, another shortage. Liquor, a shortage in liquor. Pet food. So if you have a dog or a cat, you should definitely stock up on pet food. You should probably get a book on how to make homemade pet food and how to make it nutritiously so that you're not leaving out anything that the pets need to live. So that's pretty much what I have for you on the shortages that are happening today. And this is just a real reason why you should start prepping. So many people just aren't prepping. They just think everything's going to remain the same. We're not going to see any shortages. Oh, well, it's just bacon. I can still get pork chops or whatever. And that's not going to be true. So please prep. Please subscribe. Please like the video. If you have any other items that might be short, let us know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.